In the last 1 month or thereabout, the Nigerian media has been awash with the news of the celebration of 25 years on stage of Onyeka Onwenu, who is fondly called the elegant Stallion in the Nigerian showbiz circles. It's no surprise at all that such a lavish media bliss greeted Onyeka Onwenu's milestone in the entertainment world. Indeed, Onyeka Onwenu, one of Africa's leading female artists, has been widely celebrated by the media both in Nigeria and abroad in the last 25 years for her great and enduring strides in carving a niche for herself and completely revolutionizing the entertainment firmament of the country. A quarter of a century is no doubt an auspicious period, not only to roll out the drums and celebrate, but an appropriate time to take stock of life in those times, re-strategize, and project into the future. Multi-talented Onyeka Onwenu, who was recognized with the prestigious National Award of Member of the Federal Republic (MFR) by President Obasanjo a few years ago, to underscore the country's appreciation of our immense contributions to the Nigerian entertainment sector, has through her inimitable and philosophical renditions impacted positively on lives of humanity. Onyeka Onwenu's quarter of a century as an active player on the entertainment landscape of Nigeria has been primarily marked by service. Now a member of the Board of Directors of Nigerian Television Authority, Africa's largest TV network, whose signals are already been beamed to some parts of Europe and the United States of America, Onyeka Onwenu shot herself into the consciousness of Nigerians with a celebrated documentary titled The Squandering of Riches at the height of military dictatorship in Nigeria. Onyeka Onwenu is an engaging broadcaster, journalist, and a very creative and imaginative writer. Onyeka Onwenu's talent as an actress has blossomed tremendously as she has taken part in some outstanding movies, helping to show up the image of Nollywood in the process. In fact, Onyeka Onwenu clinched an award for her special skills in acting at this year's African Movies Academy Awards, AMA 2006, which was hosted in Bayelsa.
I'll tell you, patience. I'm a woman, and I know that a man with enough patience to woo a woman, tell her what she wants to hear, succeeds in having her.
These people, they don't even attempt to tell me anything pleasant. They don't.
Then tell them what they want to hear.
Open it.
Take it. That is 50 million naira for you, for a start. I have been on this road for a long time, and believe me, it's a very lonely road to be on.
I'm so sorry, but I don't know you.
Don't need to. I'm a socialite, and like I said, I've been on this road for a long time. You are up against some difficult situations. Here. You might need me at some point. Don't hesitate to call.
Onyeka Onwenu was in the top hierarchy of P-Man in the 80s and 90s, when she served as chairman of Lagos State Chapter of the Association and vice president of the national body. The Performing Musician Association of Nigeria, P-Man, which is the umbrella body of all Nigerian artists, recorded a lot of landmark achievements at that period, which could be regarded as the golden era of the association. To crown all her efforts at traversing the nooks and crannies of Nigeria and other parts of the world to spread joy and happiness through her inspirational songs, Onyeka Onwenu is girding her loins to take a plunge into the political terrain of Nigeria to seek an elective office in her home state of Imo, A stickler for hard work, excellence, and professionalism in whatever she sets out to do, Onyeka Onwenu has consistently fought against the flagrant infringement of the intellectual properties of Nigerian artists. In fact, she was known to have once embarked on a one-week hunger strike to drive home the point during the era of the Ben Murray Bruce as the Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA. It was to celebrate a life full of achievements and service to mankind and fatherland in the past 25 years and a fulfilled career as one of Africa's best performers that friends, associates, and well-wishers from far and near came together to celebrate with the Queen of Soul and a distinct icon of Nigeria's music industry, Onyeka Onwenu, MFR. The setting was Planet One Entertainment World Leisure Services Wonderland, which was opened for business recently in the Maryland area of Lagos. The packaging of the event, which was tagged All for Onyeka, celebrating 25 years on stage of an icon of Nigerian entertainment industry, which featured the best performers on the Nigerian music and showbiz circuits, was creatively and innovatively handled, and it indeed set new standards in event packaging in these parts. Of course, nothing less is expected of a group of time-tested professionals in that sector, led by Tony Okoroji, one-time PMAN president, who was the brain behind the hugely successful Nigerian Music Awards and the Children of Africa projects, which formally launched PMAN on the national and international scene in the early 90s. The setting at the celebration of Onyeka Onwenu's 25 years on stage at the Planet One Entertainment Center was simulated to look like what obtains at the entry point of countries where immigrants go through immigration procedures to ascertain the genuineness of their documents and other claims. Guests presented their passports, which were stamped if considered okay, and a boarding pass issued to them, which enables them to enter for the event. All this was happening under the watchful eyes of some officials, dressed like flight stewardesses and airline officials. Before the event or flight takes off, a few tips were given on safety aboard the All for Onyeka trip from the flight desk. Conspicuously turned out in the tires of flight captains were Tony Okoroji and Patrick Doyle, who drove the project to a humongous success. This is indeed taking entertainment to the next level and event execution to the very top, which tops Nigeria's entertainment headquarters, which put the event together seeks to do from now on. Planet One Entertainment ambience is simply out of this world, complemented by up-to-date multimedia facilities and professional lighting. The setting for once transposes one out of this environment into some kind of Hollywood experience. As for the guests, the event was star-studded. Leading actors and actresses, artists, showbiz personalities, corporate titans, and top government functionaries all registered a solid presence, all for Onyeka Onwenu. The very creatively choreographed dancers led by Stella Monye set the tone for the night's event with a captivating performance of one of Onyeka's popular songs. Delectable ebony black queen of contemporary soul music, Onyeka Davis stepped up the momentum with a dazzling performance. Actress Stella Damasi also joined the fray to pump up the excitement level at the All for Onyeka night. was all to prepare the ground for Onyeka Onwenu's grand entry into the arena, which was very electrifying. She went straight to exchange pleasantries with all guests who had come to honor her. It was a day specially set aside for Onyeka, so all songs rendered on the occasion were Onyeka's songs. Artists like Honors Brisbane, Romeo Tega, a new generation hip-hop rap artist, all sang different Onyeka songs. Onyeka also joined them in dancing and singing to the delight of all. Others who performed were Felix and Moses, Essence, Benito Okoje, Chris Hanning of the Ozigi Zaga fame, who dedicated his song to Onyeka Onwenu's mom, Madam Hope Onwenu, who wrote the song originally. Kenny Saint Brown and Angelica also performed at the event. A documentary on Onyeka Onwenu titled The Queen of Soul was shown at the event. Onyeka Onwenu, whose father died at the age of 40 when she was only 14 years old, explained how close she was to her father in the documentary. She also spoke about her experience during the Civil War and a bit about her secondary school days.
My father was a lovely, lovely man, very handsome, very fair in complexion. I think he was almost albino or something. The guy was, and he had this hole in his navel cavity, and I used to, while he's trying to rest, and this was a very busy man, he was a politician, the principal, and what have you, I was putting coins and stones and all kinds of things in it. I would be bothering this guy. I would insist that I must sleep on his bed. So when I fall asleep, I'll go there and lie down and fall asleep. And I always wake up in the middle of the night and find myself in my mother's room. And I'll go banging and he will open the door. I did anything and I could get home. But I still miss my dad. I thought that man was such a generous, wonderful, handsome, talented, intelligent, bright, giving person that it was so sad that he died by age 40, and people who know him will testify.
Onyeka Onwenu traveled to the United States in 1970 to further her education, and she graduated with a degree in International Relations and Communications. She began her working career with the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, in 1980. In the documentary, it was revealed that Sonny Okosins was instrumental to the launching of Onyeka Onwenu's musical career in 1981. At the end of the documentary, Onyeka Onwenu was welcomed on the stage with a standing ovation by all the guests. And here, she commented on the OK Onwenu Foundation, which focuses primarily on education for the youths. Of course, the moment everybody was waiting for was to see Onyeka Onwenu sing. And she did this in 2 quick successions. First, an evergreen song which she performed for the Christian Broadcast Network, CBN, and her all-time classic, One Love. It was ecstasy all over the whole. There were goodwill messages from the FCT Minister, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, wife of the Lagos State Governor, Mrs. Tinubu, and Imo State Governor, and others. Before the event ended, there were more performances by the likes of Samuel Bozo, Zubi Enebeli, Azizat, Cecil Omohime, Ecstasy, and Chinedu, a one-time member of Onyeka Onwenu's Kabasa Band. One interesting thing was that most of these artists who have become big stars in their different rights today were once members of the Onyeka Onwenu Kabasa Band. They sang with Onyeka, and it was an exciting and colorful event to watch. Here is what people say about Onyeka Onwenu.
For anyone who came into this business of the performing arts with alternatives, she could have been a teacher, she had such qualifications, she could have been a writer, she could have been just a journalist, but she practiced journalism, she practiced broadcasting, but she meant to be a performing artist as a singer, being her forte, and she has done very, very well. And I followed her progress in the last 20 years. I was a little uneasy when she left documentary film production and news gathering, and that's the business we are all in. But for her to get into music production and to do it so well, I congratulate her, and I hope that she will not take the 25 years as the end. She would go on beyond here.
I'm so excited. I'm very honored to be here today. Like I always say, it's always a good thing to celebrate someone when the person is alive, as opposed to what we do when the person dies and we're all celebrating. I'm very glad that we have this opportunity, that in her lifetime we're showing her how much we honor her, we value her, and we appreciate the fact that she's an icon and a role model, because she's been consistent for the past 25 years. So I'm very glad that I'm here to be part of this event, because she is a fantastic artist.
A woman of true grit, determination, and unfortunately for her, things can't be perfect because she's a perfectionist. She really, really strives for perfection. And but she's also great fun. We had a lot of fun on Women's Court.
What does Madam Hope Onwenu, Onyeka's mom, say about her little girl yesterday?
She started singing when she was very, 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 very small. She started singing, but she emulated it from me. She's not afraid of anybody. She sings like Kennedy. We call her Kennedy.
Here is the elegant Stallion, Onyeka Onwenu, soaking in all the accolades.
I feel wonderful, I feel beautiful, I feel fulfilled and loved. The albums I've released, the contributions to the industry in terms of organization, in terms of song structure, I was the first to blend English and the local language seamlessly in a song. The first song was You and I. If you go back and check, I was the first, one of the first to demand to be well paid. What else? I was the first to have a billboard There were many things, but we thank God. At the time, I didn't know they were innovative. I was just doing whatever creative instincts I had. And look at the way it turned out. And I'm glad that I have a lot of young girls who are looking up to me. I thank God for that. And pray to Him to give me the grace not to let them down, ever.
The Bisi Olatile Show heartily congratulates Onyeka Onwenu on 25 years milestone in the entertainment world.
So